You know what? After a long day of waiting for Star Citizen to launch, I always like to have a look at this motherfucking monster. Look at that. That is a MISC ship again. It is the Starfarer. This is the military variant. This is the Gemini. And it is massive. And you'll see just how big it is when I get down there. Because this thing is huge. So yes, I missed out the usual hello, welcome, Crystal Rocket and all the rest of it. You're already on the channel, you'll know that. But if we get back down here, have a look around upstairs in this huge hangar. But look at this. This is currently the largest playable ship in Star Citizen, although there will be bigger. There will be much larger ships. Players already own these much larger vessels, they're just not playable in the game yet. And this is a technical achievement in and of itself. This is so impressive. So this is basically a massive fuel refining vessel. You can, in universe, you'll be able to basically pass by the outer edges of gas giants and stuff and refine the gas into fuel. This being the military variant has a few extras, notably as you saw there, the massive, I can only assume that's a torpedo array there at the front, giving it a little bit of extra firepower, including these huge turrets. These are size 6 dual turrets on either side, and it's got a few anti-fighter weaponry as well for the crew. I think it has a skeleton crew of, just confirms it, 6? No, 5. Skeleton crew of 5. These are the massive fuel tanks, which can refine the gas while you're in flight between worlds, which is just such a cool idea. I mean, this ship in and of itself is almost a little game anyway. If you imagine it when you be flying around and you can have you and 4 other friends just dicking about in the universe, you know, being like space gas refiners, and that sounds really boring, doesn't it, when you think about it? But then the implications of play, I mean, how many games have you been able to do this kind of thing with? And yeah, it's no small ship inside either. It's not like, oh, it's huge on the outside, but there isn't much once you get inside. No, this thing is vast. So this is, I guess this could be counted as kind of like a cargo bay as well. So you can also transport some goods that you've bought while you're out. And there's a couple of ways you can go. Now, I've sort of half remember walking around a bit of this or watching my brother go around. So I'm just gonna go sort of wherever I feel at this point. So this is the docking collar, I believe. And if I get anything wrong, you'll just have to step in and then tell me it's like, you're doing it wrong. But this is where spacesuits go, I believe. Is that right? Yeah. This is where your spacesuits are when you need to do some EVAing, like maybe going out for some repairs, or maybe checking out some, I don't know, like a derelict or something you might find while you're out there. So that's kind of like the basic part. That's when you're out and about. But the other way, which is here, you also got some nice seats in case, you know, there's not enough room upstairs or you don't want certain people moving around the ship. You can stay down there. You lock the doors, keep the bastards out. So you can go up here, and there's a couple of ways. So this way takes you onto the walkway above, and it's so detailed all the way around. There's so many like little details. This is another way to go into like a kind of maintenance shaft inside the ship. This way takes you into one of the main decks, as it says, deck 1 basically. And this is one of the other escape sections. So this is where you'll be running when the ship is on fire and everybody's screaming and the captain has already used his personal escape pod. Here's the bridge, and all of these little sections will work. In game, a little screen will flip up and you'll be able to modify things on the fly with your mouse. You'll be able to like change like power levels and all that kind of thing. It's very cool. Obviously that's the captain's chair, which will show up in a second. And obviously this is your helm right here. Obviously the view isn't that great at the moment, it's just looking at the Revel and York door. But in the future, it'll be the stars. So if we sit down, there's a nifty little thing that was found. And so we have to sort of mess around. If we zoom it in, there you go, look at that. He's got the captain's pose. he's ready to call. Ready to go into warp. That's a great little pose. But if we get back around to the ship, so gives you an idea. If I might be able to, I don't know if I can zoom it in or not. I'm not sure. Might be able to. I'm zooming furiously. There you can just about see the captain inside there. So yeah, this thing is massive. And it's so good. It's a really nice looking ship as well. I mean, the actual shape and design of it is so good. These fucking massive engines, and you can even see there the glass. You can actually go on those corridors. You can go in there as well. We'll have a look at some of those things. And yeah, just in profile. So if we get back in, so Alt F, I believe. You may remember this from the previous video where it took a while. There we go. I think you have to hold the button down for a second. So yeah, so that was the bridge. This is where everyone will be on fire. Not sure we're going around this way. So oh shit! I'm stuck on auto walk. I'm stuck on auto walk. I don't know why. I've hit a button. Character is determined. He's determined he was going to go right. There we go. We fixed it. I think that was probably a bug with the keyboard more than the actual game, so don't hold it against the game. So this is like a little lift, I believe. Pressing the use key. Pressing the use key. So as I said, I have been around the ship before. Well, sort of. By that I mean I've seen people go around the ship. So this is that's the way up to that huge turret on the top. We'll look at that in a second. This is one of the other maintenance access doors. And that's the other one. It takes us around little Jeffrey's tubes. Inside, this is where the crew will get their grub in the mornings and, you know, horribly reheated meals. It's very bare bones. Nothing's going to look particularly great. This is the captain's little office quarters mix. As has been noted by many, there is no chair. He will just stand there and look at the screen and admire his digital watch. That he's pre-ordered on Amazon. This is where he sleeps. He does not keep his place tidy. He's got his own little viewing port. Again, the view isn't that great. And this is where he'll, you know, have a shit and a shave. Well, you know, she might have a shit and a shave as well. We don't know. It could be a female captain. As soon as they add female character models, you know. And so we get some grub and all the rest of it. So that's pretty nice. Bare bones. You get another window so you can see the pirate just before he, you know, blasts you into space. So we go through this door, and this is the crew quarters. This is the stark living of the crew. You get your hard as nails mattress that you can lie on, and think about how fucking miserable your life is, stuck refining gas for a living. And I believe this is the staff toilets. So we have our male toilets, and obviously the female toilets are exactly the same. And the taps and that don't work yet. They will in the future. Although I like the fact there's little lights. Maybe the lights go off when they're out of water or the toilet's blocked or something. It's like blockage in toilet. Right, let's go around. So there's like a couple of these. It's like the maintenance hatch. We got this one here. I don't know if he does automatically grab it. So this is one of the maintenance decks. You got a couple. Oh shit! No, get off there! Get off there! Alright, so that takes you down again, probably to the first ladder, and then you can go through here. And as I said, it's really cool. So that's another way onto one of the other decks, still in the maintenance. And so crouch is control now, isn't it? And then you can crawl through. It's so cool. I mean, how many games can you honestly say that this, you know, that this was a feature of getting yourself stuck in the Jeffrey's tube? Come on, lie down. Stupid carrot. There we go. We'll get him through here. Right, get your ass up. There we go. So, you know, there's just all these little things. You imagine it, like, you know, because your ships can be boarded. So you can imagine, like, the crew are sneaking around, or someone has, you know, gotten on board your ship, and they're going to try and steal your ship, maybe, or maybe they're just going to, like, try and hitch a ride somewhere for free. So this is engineering, and the player who has engineering, I don't know if the screen will be there, or whether it's just this. Might just be this. And they'll have access to, like, power levels and being able to do, like, minor repairs and stuff during combat, and they can see, you know, everyone running to the escape pods, and they're thinking, why is everyone running to the escape pods? I mean, I'm just here with the engines, and, you know, by that time they're already fucked. By that time the xenomorph has already, you know, caved in the player's skull, and is sucking on the brain. That's the power plant, I assume. Anyway, it looks like a power plant. Apparently this is the gravity well generator, I'm being told. Yes. It doesn't say it anyway, but that is it's a gravity generator. And yeah, escape pods. It's such a big ship. It's massive. Oh man, it's so big. And then you got this little one here. I love how it crisscrosses the ship. And remember I said those windows? Well, there they are. So you'll be able to see like other members of the crew being shot by raiders who've gotten on board your ship, and you can think, fuck me, I'm heading to the escape pod. And this is how you get to one of the rear turrets. So just jump in that, and hopefully, whee! How fucking cool is that? That is really nice. And that's how you'll be protecting the ship. So obviously, at the moment, we are upside down. I don't know if we can, maybe we can see that. There it is, see? There's a little turret there. And you can just, if you look in the top left there, you can just see the little character manning the gun. That's really cool. So, yeah, the ship is not, you know, lightly armed. For what it is. So, oh, pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. Assume it's the same buttons just to get out. And then let's rotate, and we're back. I mean, people in the PTU have already been using this as a online multiplayer shooter level, so they've already been running around blowing each other away, having lots of fun with that. And yeah, it just goes on. So like you could get lost on this, you know, for a while when you're still trying to get your bearings. Which I'll be honest, I am still trying to get my bearings, trying to figure out like, okay, have I been here before? Is this how I get here, there, and everywhere? Now, if we go round, there's the last bit that's probably worth showing for this ship. Is when you're in flight, you're going to want to have a spacesuit when you're out here, because this is where you'll control all of the fuel refining. So you'll have your little control panel here, and you've got these like lovely branded pipes, and yeah, this is where all the tanks will be monitored to make sure whether they're full or whether they need anything, or if you fall through the walkway. Strangely, we'll see if we can go back up there. But yeah, remember, it is still being made. It is a work in progress. Go back up there. Hopefully, hopefully we won't fall through the floor again. Whee! Okay. Oh, and we're done. We're safe. Apparently there is a gap in the floor there that the game isn't 100% happy with yet. But yeah, so we're obviously now right at the back. There's the turret I was in before, so it gives you an idea of like how much room players can run around with inside the back end of the ship as well as the hull. And you've got this huge engine vent. Well, it's just a really nice ship. I mean, I don't know if I can. Can we rotate the camera once we go third person? So, you know, for scale, you can see just how big the character is by comparison to some of the other parts of the ship around him. It's a really, really, really impressive achievement by the dev team for Star Citizen. It's really nice, and it's kind of hard to believe that given the size of this and what you can do in the ship now, and then in the future there's going to be more functionality. Then you've got things like frigates and corvettes that players will be able to own, and then players can even later on when the game launches, they'll be able to capture even larger ships, and they will need a crew of hundreds of players to crew these things. And you know, like entire guilds or units or orgs as it is in this game will be manning these huge starships, and they'll have jobs. There'll be, you know, security, fighter pilots, gunners, you know, engineers, flight crew. It's such, like, I can see why this game has got such a huge amount of fan support and financial backing from just players alone. And yeah, it's not cheap. I'd never say that the stuff is cheap, but what they aim to do at the end of it is so worth it. So that was the Musashi Interstellar Space Concern, or Starflight Concern, or something like that, or the MISC Starfarer Gemini variant. And yeah, I hope that was interesting for everyone who's watched my previous videos. I thought that was really cool. I probably didn't see every part of the ship, but I think I saw enough of it. And yeah, that was fun. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you all have a good week. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.